talk about this, and dare I say, clarify what's going on,
Really?
is CTV's political commentator, no pressure, Scott Reid. What is happening here?
This is a clever tactic on the part of the Conservatives, because remember last week they had to endure the uncomfortable appearance of Danielle Smith shaking hands, slapping high fives, and breaking bread with Liberal Prime Minister Mark Carney. Hard for them. And so this motion is intended to put the Liberals on the spot. In fact, it's even intended by quoting the Memorandum of Understanding. It's intended to split the Liberals, because they're thinking, well, maybe the government would want to vote in favor of this motion, but then some BC Liberals who are worried about the impacts on the coast, where it's unpopular, might peel off. In fact, the Liberals now have decided they're going to vote against it in whole. So now, presumably, the Conservatives will say, see, they're not really in favor of this pipeline. They voted against it in the House of Commons.
But the Liberals have their own reasons for this. This is not.
That's right.
It's not a total win for Poilievre.
No, it's not a total win at all. In fact, like, let's get real. How many? I got Christmas shopping to do. How many people are following a non-binding resolution in the House of Commons?
For a gotcha.
But the Liberals' rationale for voting against en masse isn't to do necessarily with the BC tanker ban or BC politics. It is that the Conservatives left out half of the Memorandum of Understanding. They left out all the portions that the government secured in terms of concessions around carbon capture and carbon pricing from the Premier of Alberta. So in some ways, the Conservatives almost invited the Liberals to vote against this. They'll now say, see, they're not really foursquare in favor of a major energy infrastructure project such as this. The Liberals will say, sure we are, provided it comes with a bargain we struck with that good old Conservative Premier of Alberta, Danielle Smith. I think we'll all forget this by the time we're rustling through our stockings.
I hope so. I mean, I want a good stocking. That was my point there. But my question is, did the Liberals then kind of outsmart the Conservatives on this one? Like, what do you make of the political strategy here at play?
You know, like, it's awfully early in the day. I can't take a shot of whiskey. I'm struggling, really, to conclude that this is of massive significance either way. I will say the Conservatives probably look at this as a win-win, that if the Liberals had split, then they would claim that as a victory. Now the Liberals are voting against. They will say this means that Liberal support for energy infrastructure like a pipeline is qualified. Again, you know, at the end, what's going to happen in the course of the next number of months? Over the course of the next number of months in the real world, you know, presumably some proponent for a pipeline will come forward. There's going to be specific proposals. The Premier of Alberta will be for it. The Prime Minister will be for it. There will be critics who say the Prime Minister and the Premier are wrong. So I don't know that this motion is going to linger long in the public memory and serve the federal Conservatives all that well. But, you know, in terms of creating mischief for a day in the House of Commons before Christmas, what the heck? They got their way.
What the heck? Scott, good to see you this morning.
Good to see you.
Scott Reid, he is our